Good morning, Miss Cindy Wu. Thank you for joining us this early. Cindy is the owner, operator, creator. She's got more titles than I'm sure I know of Wu Works. I would love to learn about what Wu Works is, why entrepreneurs need to be tuning into you and to this conversation. But first of all, welcome, Cindy, to this interview with you. And I look forward to learning more about you. So let's start with, give us a little idea of who Cindy is.
Well, my name's Cindy Wilco's. It's actually not Cindy Wu.
Ah.
I was in insurance financial services for 7-8 years, doing marketing training and recruiting manager, basically utilizing social media for both aspects and getting a lot of results. Of course, that industry has a lot of compliance and, I was in a big corporation. So I trained independent contractors to help start their business. Everyone that I recruited were 1099. Mm-hmm. So I decided to start my own business because I wasn't able to help them as much as I wanted to within marketing. And there's so much opportunity, just taking advantage of little things that are out there. And that's when I decided to do Wu Works. And I came up with it because my nickname was always Wu. So I'm going to be like, hey, Wu, what are you doing? Because no one could pronounce or spell my last name. And, my boyfriend just wrote on a napkin, like, what would be a good name? And, Wu, and then put the Works. And that's how it came about.
Well, I love the name Wu Works. I think it's original. I think it wraps your story in. And the experts I know, and you are probably one of them, you want a name that people can remember and tweet and talk about. I think Wu Works clearly fits that. So some indication you know what you're talking about. But give us some idea of all the other things you could be doing with marketing and helping businesses. Why this type of marketing?
Because you can stay easily connected. I enjoy LinkedIn a lot. LinkedIn has more of a niche or niche, however you pronounce it. Facebook's becoming more and more trying to bring everybody in, and that's why it's always changing and getting confusing. And that's why LinkedIn, it's a lot more professional. It has, group professionals and, people that want to meet other professionals. So I utilize that a lot. But Facebook, you can't ignore it because it's there. And you have to speak differently to catch people's attention, which same thing, you have to be authentic. So you can grab 20 people's attention just by chatting with them, exchanging information, meeting with them, as opposed to going to a networking group with 50 people. They give you 50 business cards, and then I have a whole booklet of business cards. I don't remember who they are. You add them on LinkedIn or, Facebook, you see their face, you could put a name to the face. They don't spam you as much because they could see who you are. So you still have to keep that level of professionalism when using social media. But also being authentic, because you have to draw attention. If you're always like, the sky is beautiful and blue today, and you do that every day, it gets a little boring. So you have to be authentic and keep with what your true values and beliefs are. And some people don't like it, but that allows for good debate and conversation. And I utilize that a lot more on LinkedIn, and seeing how people respond, professionals and all that. It's really interesting.
Well, there's so much in that answer I want to talk about. First of all, there are different platforms with social media. Depending on what you want to do, depends on where you should be appearing and spending your time. Is that correct, Cindy?
Mm-hmm. Yes. I mean, Facebook's the biggest one. So if you don't want to go in any other one, if you have to just choose one, probably Facebook would be number one. If you're looking for more, quality candidates, professionals, lawyers, CEOs, you probably would want to go on LinkedIn, Twitter. If, it just depends on the industry. If you're interior designer, then Pinterest. So.
So you had also talked in that first answer about being authentic. Why is that so important in marketing and social media?
Um, because you don't want to be boring. you you want to be yourself, and you want to have followers. You want to do something that you truly believe in, and you're not going to, what you believe in, you're not going to be able to have everybody like you. So you might as well, do something authentic than do something general where it's boring. If you see advertisements, I mean, I listen to them all the time, and I rarely give into marketing. I actually bought something that I saw on TV, and I'm like, I can't believe I did that, but I do need it. But they give you that factor of a little bit of fear. Like, I'll listen, be like, don't get cut up chicken. It has this and that, and it has this and that. And it's just keeping it short, keeping it simple, and then getting people like, I do that. Maybe I need this. Maybe something's wrong. So making people, think a little bit, be like, I do need this.
I love that. I would love for you to tell us why hiring an expert when it comes to marketing is the right choice for folks that are startups.
Well, the first thing because sometimes I'll talk people out of hiring a marketer.
Okay.
Some people, sometimes I get more excited for their product or service, and they kind of drift off. Not everybody, but it's to keep things fresh, keep research. What's going on right now, or are people getting sick right now? Making things relevant, and you can see things overall that sometimes people are kind of stuck looking that way, that there's so much broader area that you could attach. So if let's say it was just open enrollment for healthcare, what are you doing that to incorporate with your business? Events. I just bought a new house. If you're a financial person, it's event marketing. Market to those people. They're doing that, and it takes time, and it takes research, and it's just like the stock market. It just goes up. People's emotions, different things become important. One day it's important, the next day they stop. And so it's keeping consistent with your message with everyone else going like that.
I love the idea of consistency. That's one of the things as a coach I try to teach my clients. Why is consistency so important in a marketing message?
Because if you're giving off different messages, people get confused. When he's at Geico, you might probably see the commercials. My boyfriend went to an appointment the other day. He does sell synchronized clocks and like schools, different things like that. And they asked him, like, well, why should we go with your product? And he's like, well, my product could save you 15% or more. And then he stopped himself and was like, I just sold you a Geico commercial. So, I mean, all of those commercials are funny. They give you an emotion. So they either make you laugh, they make you angry, they make you sad, whatever it is, but it has a bottom line message. And you'll see in Geico, they'll always put in there, well, we could save you 15% or more on car insurance. So it's that consistent message and, giving an emotion with it. My one favorite commercial that I always see, how they use jingle music. I don't know if it's all around, but it's for, I think, Bahamas. And the music's just so pretty. And the voice is talking. I'm like, that is, as soon as I hear that commercial, I'm like, I want to go to Bahamas. So, I mean, you look at TV commercials, like car commercials, like they're not perfect. Some of them are very boring. So to catch people's attention, it's about being innovative, thinking, outside of the box, collaborating, seeing what kind of emotion you want to give out and keeping that underlying message.
When you say collaborating, how does that play into my message as a business?
Well, I need to know, what your personality. So are you, aggressive or dynamic? How do you want to catch people? Because there's a number of things you'll see on Facebook. People love seeing funny things about puppies and dogs. Do you want to bring like, oh, that's so cute? Or do you want to be like, oh my God, I need that? Or be like, oh my God, that's so sad, I want to help. Or that is so funny, I want to go there. So it's figuring out, what kind of emotion you want to bring to that person. Because if you're not giving emotion, they're not going to remember it. And that's how you remember the biggest moments of your life, is because you had a big emotion, something that changed your life. Someone passed away, someone was born, you cried, you got fired. You remember that because you were very emotional.
So give us some idea what you do as a marketing expert. What do you just tell us, how to invoke that emotion? Because I have a feeling you do quite a bit more than that. So give us some idea of what Cindy does to take care of her clients.
Well, I see what you're doing right now. So it's kind of, what's that saying? Picking the fruit that already fell from the tree. Like, are you on like the yellow pages online? Are you on Google? Can people find you? Are you on Facebook? What associations are you affiliated with? What do you have now that we can take advantage of? And that's how you grow from there. Because there's a lot of opportunities that people miss, that, you need someone to talk to you and be like, it's right there. Just make an appointment. Some people have a hard time with the idea of sales, but marketing, sales, it goes together. So you have to put yourself out there as a business person. You have to, what I used to say when I used to do training is, be a politician, shake hands, people don't really kiss babies. Because, for example, if a lot of people that go to vote for, a senator, politician, if they go in, they don't know who it is, but they saw a sign for a person's name, on the highway, like little things like that, they're more likely to vote for them because the name's familiar to them. They have no idea about politics. So it's everything you do, you're personally branding yourself, you're personally marketing yourself, as well as, your business. Like, you go to an interview, you're marketing yourself, you're selling yourself to that job as an applicant. So it's all around you.
So when you say personal brand, what does that mean?
It's just how you present yourself around other people, how people view you. Are you going out there and starting conversations? What other people are you working with, collaborating with? Do they see you as an expert? Do they see you as, someone, a professional that gets stuff done? Are you aggressive, or, how you're viewed? Are you may be a little bit quiet, but you're very organized. So it's who you are. And if you can see right here, down here, I wrote this about a year and a half ago when I started WooWorks. I wrote a very brutally honest list of my weaknesses and my strengths that I could look at every day. I put top of my strengths is persistent. I had here to be like, you are so persistent. But then the other side, you'd be like, you are relentless. So that was the top of mine. And I think that's the first thing. I was taught by a successful entrepreneur. It's the first thing she told me to do, be like, get a whiteboard and make it very honest, strengths and weaknesses board, so you can figure out who you are. I showed it to my boyfriend. He's like, it's very honest.
There's a couple of things that I like about what you have just said. One is the honesty and the authenticity for you to see yourself as you are. I think there's a lot of times in our life that we have to put on this persona for somebody else. And I hear you say, let me know if I'm wrong, that when you brand yourself, it needs to be authentic. It really needs to be who you are to resonate with the audience. The other thing you talked about is really identifying your strengths and playing those strengths in your marketing message. Why is that important?
Because if you tell someone that you're, let me see, that you're, a fighter, independent, and, you're not really like that, they come to you, then that's false marketing. You don't, the one thing you want to do is you don't want to overpromise and you don't want to underdeliver. Anything, you want to overdeliver and underpromise. So, you can't do that if you're telling people that, if you don't know who or what you are and what you think you are. So you definitely want someone to look at the list and be like, I'm very organized. Be like, but are you? If you like, look at the mess right there. I don't think that's organization. Maybe you're right. Maybe I need to fix that. So weaknesses are there to see what you need to fix, because everyone can become better, in your personal relationship and, as a marketer, as a salesperson, as a business person. And that's just being more intuitive, seeing how people react when they give you that look like, what? Like, you'll see that, like, what did, like, and they'll be like, uh-huh. And I'm like, they have no idea what I'm saying. So where did I go wrong?
Yeah.
Sometimes they do that.
So I see often with my clients that they feel like if they are going to be an insurance agent or a fitness professional, or that they have to fit this mold in order to be successful, and then they try to create that their personal brand. And what I am hearing you say this morning is that is not the appropriate approach to marketing. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I mean, you want to build, like, if you want to make yourself better, then you have to take the steps to make yourself better if there's certain weaknesses, but play on your strengths. If you're good at that, then, don't pretend like you're something that you're not. It's going to backfire on you every time. I know in the beginning, like, I said things, I'm like, yeah, let's do this, that. And then I'm like, oh, I don't even remember what I said. I know I can do that, but I'm like, I need a better strategy and plan in place, step by step by step.
Yeah.
So I think that's the main thing.
Yeah. So when it comes to personal branding, it's my understanding in the marketing world that you have to pick out colors and you have to pick out certain fonts, and then you have to stick with those fonts. Many folks have a hard time sticking with a font or two, or sticking with a specific color. Is a color and a font so important to who I am and how I do my business?
Um, for me personally, I think that's the last thing you should worry about. You're going to start a business. Don't be investing in a logo. Don't be investing in colors, a website. Go out and find clients. Make sure you have a business. Once you have some of that input, real clients, you're building, then you can start to understand what your business is, what you like. Like WooWorks, it took some time. I wasn't right away like, bam, there we go, because it's a commitment. It's like any commitment. It's your name. So what are you naming your little baby? So to take your time on that. Discover what your business is, what you're good at, the type of people you're around. Start to listen, maybe how, like I said, everyone nicknamed me Woo because my Facebook name was Cindy W. And they're like, what's a W stand for?
Oh, that's why I always thought it was just Woo. I didn't realize it was.
No, it's Wilkos, Wilkos.
Oh, I guess maybe I did know that. Yeah, absolutely. So let's say somebody does come to hire you. What specifically are you doing for them besides helping them create that personal brand? What are you doing for them as a marketing expert?
Well, first I got to find out how much they're invested into their business. The time. A lot of people work full time and want to start a full time business, and it's really hard to juggle. In order to take that leap, when do you take that leap? And then you're going to end up making too many promises that can fold over. So, I like to just have a personal conversation, just listen. That's the biggest thing, is just listen, let people talk, understand what the problem is, and see how far they are. Some people are, far and really good and know what they want, and that's very good. And sometimes I could prompt and give some advice, but everybody's different. It's just finding out, asking the questions and just listening and seeing well, you said this, so, what are you doing, with that? You're part of this association. What are you doing with that? because there's so many things out there to market yourself that's free. It just takes time.
Yeah.
And that's where I look at it. I'm like, what can we do that's free? And then after that, it'd be like, it looks like this is, bringing some money in, some that. Let's now invest a little bit into it. So
I love that you have those conversations with your potential clients, and I would assume your current clients, because budgets do go up and down. You might have 3 or 4 months that's great, and then you lost a big client and your budget's tighter, and then you come back up for a little bit. It's that cycle is a part of entrepreneurship. So let's say somebody has a budget, small or large, and they want to hire a marketing expert. Can you give me a couple of good questions you would love to hear from somebody looking to hire you?
yeah, I have some written down. We'll just make it easier. So I just sent it to someone, some questions. So some main things, what's who are some centers of influence that you work with that are advocates for your business, if you have any? What's your value proposition? How many times a week do you set up business development meetings? You meet someone one-on-one and ask them questions and see who they could refer you or how they could help you or what they think. Who are some strategic alliances, people that you could work with that are mutually beneficial. So if you build houses, do you have someone that's a painter that if they need a paint job, you can work? It's mutually beneficial, and vice versa. Someone that you could exchange business with that specializes in a certain area. So what do you have available? Are you local, global? There's so many questions, and I like to do the research beforehand, look at the website, see if it makes sense to me as someone just skimming through, like, am I going to go through this and do I understand what they're saying, like that? Because you've got about 5 seconds to catch someone's attention until they're just like, I'm out. So, I do research in the person to see what they're doing. So, I'm not redundant in some of the questions, but those are just a few main ones. What are you taking advantage of right now? Who are you? What's your business? What do you stand for? Because maybe I don't know too much about your business. Maybe I'm not a right fit for your business, but maybe you taught me something about your business that I love the idea and I want to get involved. So I have to be as passionate about your business as you are. Otherwise it won't be a fit.
I agree. And I have worked with some marketing experts that I hired, and very quickly I was like, this isn't feeling right. This isn't like the chemistry wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with you. It has to be there. So I love the fact you do this assessment with folks as they come in and really make sure that you understand where they're legitimately currently at. And entrepreneurs should be honest with their marketing experts to say, what, I'm only meeting with people a couple of times a week. That's where my time frame is. I should be meeting with people 6 times a week or 15 times a week, and I'm only doing it a couple times a week. You need to be honest with that marketing expert. And I love the fact that you are doing that. But I also want to give the entrepreneurs that are listening to this some tools to ask people that they are looking to hire to help them as marketing experts. Like what are a couple of questions that I should ask you if I'm going to hire you to know that you are a right fit for me, and B, have skills to help me?
Well, it depends, because people specialize in different marketing. So there might be, website, they might do filming, they, might do branding, all of those different types of things. For me, I have, a bunch of strategic alliances that I work with, and not just one. So I have a couple website designers, and I fit them, I think this person I talk to would work with this person that I work with, and they're very happy to get the business, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. And I kind of package it together. But you need to look at the work, look at what they do, see what they've been doing, and see if you have the communications there, that you both understand. So it goes back to not much of questions to ask. It's being able to have a conversation and being on the same page. Because the biggest thing is people forget is just listening. I could ask you a question and you might perceive it totally different. So just letting people talk and let it out, and me being like, I don't understand this, I do, and then going into there. So not really straight line question, just flow conversation and moving on from there to questions.
I think that is a huge tip for entrepreneurs looking to hire a marketing specialist, that they must have that communication channel with them, that connection, that chemistry, that understanding with where each other is going, that back and forth. I think that's an incredible tip to give to them, and I thank you for that. I know we are approaching the end of our time here, so I want to be asking you how people reach out to you, how people connect with you. I mean, maybe they want to hire you, or maybe they just want to be an ultimate fan. Help us figure out where in the world you are, how to connect with you, and what services you can offer to us.
Well, I always tell people, some people just ask for advice or just feedback. So you can always message me on WooWorks Marketing, my business page. And that I get notifications on my phone. I answer. Same with my LinkedIn. Just look up Cindy Wilkos, WILK. O is in orange, S is in snake, Z is in zebra. And WooWorks, WOOWORX Marketing. And just message me. Just ask a question if you have something. And if I can't help you, I'll at least let you know. If I can, then I'll give you my feedback and my honest opinion about it. And if you like what I have to say, then we can talk more.
I think that's great. So when you talked about your business page, is that on Facebook?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to be sure people know where that business page is in the world. We're speaking the same language. So the best two places to reach her is via Facebook, her business page, or via LinkedIn. She is there for you to connect with you, give you advice. She's, of course, in this group. I think you're in my group. If not, I can also connect you with her. But give us some idea what you are looking to accomplish in 2018, because my tagline for 2018 is make it happen. So what are you trying to make happen in 2018, Miss Cindy?
2018, I'm trying to get myself a little bit more organized and a little bit more focused on one thing, because I know I'm good at a lot of things, but that's working with one company, one that. So I realized this year that I need to kind of slim it down a little bit, and I'm trying to rework my business plan, which is very important. Doing business plan, budgeting, doing your marketing plan, getting out there. So that's, I think, is getting my taxes done and seeing seeing what's working, what's not working.
Yeah, I give you kudos for going out and trying to be more organized and more focused. It is one of the toughest things to do for the creative type. I would consider you a creative type. Their strengths is seeing lots of things in the world and being able to funnel that for you, but it's hard for them to stay focused and concentrate on one thing. So good for you to work on that weakness. I can't wait to continue to build this relationship with you, Cindy. I hope people reach out to you. And I think we will be doing more collaborative work in 2018 so that you can bring your knowledge to my network and I can bring my network to you.
You could always also join my group, Brutally Honest Focus Group, which I just do poll questions. It's interactive. It's a lot of fun. I think it is. The people in the group think it is. So I like to get people's honest feedback on just poll questions.
And they are interesting and great questions to be a part of. And again, that Brutally Honest group is in Facebook if you are looking for it. I will ask Cindy to send me some links, and we will post those links underneath this Facebook post. And I'll see what YouTube will let me post in terms of my short description that they have given to us. So thank you very much this morning, Cindy, for your time, and just the best 2018 to you.
Thank you. You too. Peace.